Hi guys, Jessie from the Scrappy Sisters. So welcome to video number 2 of my Pink Paisley Take Me Away video collection using this one sheet of 12 by 12 paper that I have cut up into triangles. So for those of you that are not familiar with this sheet or this collection, this is the collection Take Me Away by Paige Evans, and it has one 12 by 12 sheet that has squares on it, and I think it must have had 12 maybe different squares. I'm not 100% sure, but I cut all those squares out and then I cut those squares into triangles. And as I said, this is video 2, so I have a previous video that shows you what I did with those triangles, and this time I am making that really gorgeous love heart that so many people have made before as well. I think even Katie has made one before on our channel many moons ago using a little bit larger love hearts than what I have used today, but I just, really love the way this layout looks that I wanted to give it a try myself. So hopefully this is a layout you're not tired of yet and you would like to give it a go also. I just put all of the triangles down wherever I wanted them to go just to get the layout properly, because I wasn't sure if it would be a little bit tricky to get it right, to actually get it looking like a heart, but it actually turned out to be really quite easy, thank goodness. Once I had it all laid out the way I liked it and I was happy with that, I then went around fiddling with the different colors just to make sure the colors were right. Basically, I wanted to just make sure that I didn't have 2 of the same colors next to each other or anything like that, because as you could see before, I had 2 yellows together and I don't have a huge amount of yellow, so I just wanted to make sure they were really nicely spread out. Once I had those I was happy with and I liked the way they were looking, I then stuck them down ready to continue on with the layout. So it did take me a little bit of time to play with the color scheme and to play with getting those all right, but once I'd done that, it was a quick process after that. So I stuck all those down, and then I got one of the pieces of paper from my collection. I'm talking about this early because I barely ever show you it on video. I don't remember what collection it's from, but it's a really nice bright blue color and it's got some really gorgeous flowers on it. And I'd already used nearly all of the piece of paper, so I do fussy cut whatever little tiny flowers I can find left on the page. Ones that are cut in half, ones that aren't quite whole, I still cut all of those out. So it is just about to flash up on the screen in like 10 seconds, and then you only see it for about 10 seconds. So this is me showing you that I am fussy cutting this piece of paper. Done. And now I've got this little wood veneer from Corbett Creations. I didn't want it to be wood veneer color. I wanted it to be those sort of paisley colors that would match in with the other colors in the layout. So I've just painted over it with white, and as you can see, the holes have sort of filled in. So what I did off screen is I just picked it up and blew on it to blow all the paint out of the holes. Simple as that. Then I left it to dry, and once it was dry, I got some Memento inks in a variety of different colors and just had a play with those, stamping on different colors. So I used lilac posies, peanut brittle, elderberry, and then I also got one from Dewdrop Versamagic, which was called turquoise. And then I did a little spray of Gold Heidi Shine just to give it a little bit of sparkle. And now, as you can see, I actually cut it in half because I want half on each side of the photo. So I backed the photo in a white and then in a dark purple color. So then I am putting half of that circle on one side of the photo and half on the other side of the photo, and embellishing with all of my beautifully cut out roses. So as I said, I'd already almost finished the page. So a lot of those roses and flowers were already cut like in half or hacked into a little bit or what have you. So I have to be careful with how I lay them out to make sure those sort of dodgy parts are covered and you don't notice that they're missing half of the picture. So I'm just having a bit of a play. I also really want to think about dimension. So some are flat to the table and some have been popped up. Oh my goodness, I didn't even mention to you that after I'd stuck all of the triangles down to make the beautiful heart, I wanted to do some stitching. So it's really subtle because I just used white cotton. I've just done some stitching. So on all the kind of greeny color triangles, I just did a long stitch. And on all of the purpley colored triangles, I did like a diagonal, half on the page, half on the triangle, half off the triangle stitch. As if you're going to do a zigzag, but I didn't do the other half of the zag. I just did the zig, if that makes sense. There are close-ups at the end of the video. Sorry I didn't even mention that. I didn't record that because I did that late at night and it was far too dark to get any good videos of, so I apologize for that. For those of you that wonder about stitching, I find it easier to prick the holes first. So I just get the pin I'm going to use, so I know it's the thickness, and a piece of foam, and I just go through and prick all of the holes first, and then I can it's just a little bit easier, like it's less of a pressure trying to push the needle through the paper. I also find sometimes if you wear what are those rubber things called that you put on your thumb? Can't remember. Or even rubber gloves or something. It's just easier to grip the pin and pull it through the paper because obviously the paper can be a little bit of friction as opposed to material. So I'm sorry I didn't mention that before. Luckily, all I'm doing now is sticking down roses. And now I'm up to my thicker heading. So I just wanted a really simple heading. On the thicker sheet, it just had the word haha. And I thought this is perfect because it's of my husband trying to give my son a kiss. And my son is like going, get away from me, Dad, already. And he's, 1 year old. So I just thought that was a really super cute heading to go with that. And then just some tiny word stickers about how funny life is and how funny these two are together. And I'm pretty much done. I decide, because I don't have any black enamel dots and I've used the white stitching, I'm just going to use these square white brads that came in the Kidaholics kit for the month that I'm using. So again, I just piece a hole first. It just makes starting off, obviously the hole is way too small, but because brads have a little point on the end, it just makes shoving them through just that easier, and it doesn't damage the paper or put any indentation in the paper where you've got to push really hard. It just makes it easier for them to slide through. Then I'm using a different kind of mist. It's not a hidey shine. It doesn't have a shimmery effect to it, which is a bit of a shame, but it was a nice color. It's called Memories Mist. And it is the Plum Sake color. So I just really liked that dark sort of purpley color to match in with the backing of the photo. So yeah, I hope you have liked video number 2 in this series. There is one more video to come, so hopefully you are enjoying watching these, and I will see you next time.